Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So today I'm going to show you how we harvest fresh greens every 4 days in the wintertime. So the reality is that in the wintertime, temperatures are cold and you just can't get as much out of your garden as you would during the summer and other parts of the year. So what do? You want fresh greens, you want to stay healthy, and you see all the stuff at the store. Number one, it's expensive if you want to get the good stuff, the organic stuff. And how do you really know if it's actually organic? You don't. So what do? Not to mention all the recalls and stuff like that and people getting E. coli bacteria infections and all that stuff. So what do? You grow your own. You grow your own. And see, what I'm going to show you today is an easy way where you can grow your own greens right inside your home, and harvest these fresh greens every 4 days, or every day if you do it the way we do it. So back in the day, about 10 years ago, we started growing sprouts. I think we first started that inside of an apartment complex. And because you're in an apartment complex, you can't exactly go out to any piece of dirt that you find in your complex and you just start planting tomatoes. So desperately wanting land, desperately wanting a garden, what do? You do the next best thing and you grow sprouts inside. And so we started learning that you can spend a little bit of money on a lot of seeds and grow a lot of sprouts, a lot of greens, and have fresh salads with those, depending on what kind of sprouts that you grow. There are so many variations of different sprouts. We have our favorites for sure, but you can the sky is the limit. There's all kinds of different sprouts you can grow, and if you grow lots of different kinds, you can have a really nice salad you can put together on a pretty regular basis every day if you do it right. Behold, the Tower of Green. So this is my sprout tower that we grow, and it's got different layers. I think they sell them 4, so like this one, 2, 3, 4, and then if you want more, you have to buy a second set to grow a bigger tower, but they all stack, and so it's really easy to grow these things. And if you do it right, by starting a new stack every day, you can have basically a harvest every day, every 4 days. So it takes 4 days for one of these stacks to mature, basically, and it actually can take less depending on your temperature that you're growing it in. But we have a non-climate controlled environment here. We have a wood stove, and so it varies. It gets cold at night sometimes as the fire dies down. I get up in the morning, I fire the wood stove up, and it gets warmer again, which sends these things into overdrive. So, but it's basically about 4 days. And depending on when you want to harvest, when you want your sprouts to be done, you can take them off and then harvest them. So this one here is just about ready to go. Looks really good. I could let it go another day maybe, but I mean, you can let them go, and if you want to, put them in dirt and grow plants out of them. This one here, I could probably do. I think I'll wait for that tomorrow. This one's a little bit shorter, This one is just, that's a lot shorter. It's just getting going. I'll give you some close-ups of these in a minute. And then on down the line, they get, less and less ready. Obviously, they need more and more time. So what we're going to do today is go ahead and harvest these guys. I'm going to show you how I harvest them, how I get rid of all the hulls, and then how we start a new set. So let's get started. So I want to give you a close-up of these sprouts, okay? Now in these sprouts, there's just thousands of little sprouts in here, but also what's in here are the hulls. And, I really don't mind the hulls, but there's a really easy way to get rid of those. And there are people out there who say that it makes it taste less appealing if you leave the hulls in there. So people like to get rid of the hulls, and most of the hulls are down there at the bottom. I don't know if you can see. You can see some of them at the top, like that brown one right there. But there's lots of them down in the bottom. That's where they all kind of get trapped. And so how do you get those out of there? Well, let me show you how I do that. So aside from these right here, we also do bean sprouts. These are mung bean sprouts, and we have various beans in storage that we do from time to time to add to the salad. So these are actually ready. I could eat these as a snack right now or put them in a salad. And these are in different containers. We've tried all kinds of containers. For years, we used the containers by the Sprout People. You can find their website, I think just Googling Sprout People, and you can get their containers. I really enjoyed their containers, but they wear out after a certain amount of time, and so I've been trying different containers over the years. This what we're using here is actually new. It's my first year trying these, and I saw some really good reviews online. But really, it's simple. It doesn't take a genius to figure this out. You put your sprout seeds in here, you soak them in water overnight, and then, you know, in 4 days or thereabouts, they're ready to eat, or less, depending on what you're growing. I have here 2 jars of new sprouts that what you see in here. These seeds have been soaking since 6 a.m. this morning, and it's about 12 noon now, so they've been soaking for about 6 hours. They're ready to go. I could take these and empty them into this tray here. That's what we're going to do when we start our new set, and you know, actually 2 new trays, and these will be it'll take 4 days, and these will be ready. Well, here in our kitchen, we've got everything you could possibly want for a kitchen, and that includes a salad spinner. And so this is really easy to operate. Let me show you how I load it up. Okay, this is really simple, guys. All you're going to do is take the top off. You're going to take your tray of sprouts, or if they're in a jar, you take them out of the jar, and you just basically pull this out. It should come out as one clump, just like that. See that? Easy peasy. And then you're going to basically disassemble this, just kind of pull it apart little by little, and it's going to just gently pull it apart as best you can. Separate. You don't have to get everything separated. You'd be here for a long time. But you're just going to kind of agitate it and pull these sprouts all to pieces. So just work your way through taking it apart and putting them in the bowl. Okay, and what you're doing is you're breaking up all those little roots at the bottom that's holding together all of those hulls that can give your sprouts kind of a bitter taste. I don't mind it. I mean, I'll eat it just like this. Put some salad dressing on it. Maybe put some croutons, some bean sprouts along with it. And I mean, you're good to go. But, I mean, it does, I think, improve the flavor a little bit. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't bother me. But some people really can't stand it. So try it with, try it without, and then, you know, make up your mind. But anyway, that's good enough. All that. Good to go. Ready to go. Now let's go ahead and add some water. Okay, come over to the Berkey and fill her up. Okay, so what we'll do is go ahead and agitate all those hulls and sprouts inside here by the sink, and that's going to make most of them float to the top. However, many of them are going to float to the bottom, or just sink to the bottom, not float to the bottom. So many of them are going to float to the top, some are going to sink to the bottom, but the more you agitate it, the more you're going to release them into the water, and that's going to be a big portion of them that get poured out after that. So yeah, I can see I got a bunch of them floating. I've got a bunch of them floating on the outside. You can see that right there. And all I'm going to do is kind of clump the sprouts on one side, and then I'm going to pour them out. And there they go. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more water in here, probably do it again one more time, and then I'm going to spin it, and that's going to basically get rid of the rest. Most of them will all be on the outside. Pour those off, and then you're all set. Okay, so one more rinse, one quick rinse, and there they go. Most of them are all gone. Now I'm going to spin it, and that'll be it. That's all I need to do. Okay, so we'll put the lid on. Yep, that's good. There's still a few in there, but not much. Most of them are all gone. The rest of them are in the bottom there. You can see that. Most of them are all down the sink. So, yep, there's some nice clean sprouts. All right, so I'm going to save these sprouts for tonight's dinner, and I want to save this inside of a baggie. I'll put it in the cooler outside. That would keep our cold stuff. And tonight we'll eat this along with a little bit of extra that we have still in the cooler outside. Plus, we'll work in some of these mung beans into the salad as well. Plus, add some other salad fixings that I happen to have outside in the cooler. So there they go. Fresh sprouts for tonight's dinner. So I have 2 trays now that I can go ahead and get the next one started. I got these 2 jars here that have been soaking for the last 6 hours. They're ready to go. And I'm just going to basically swirl these around first to get them moving, so they'll all come out of the jar at once. and pour them in. I spilled a little bit over the side, but that's okay. And there's none left in the jar if you do that swirl method. Get them all moving. Get them all moving. All moving. And in they go. There you go. Nothing left in the jar. So you got to pour them quick. Get them swirled and moved, and now these are going to go on the stack. They're going to drain down to the bottom tray that's part of that stack, and you can empty that collection tray every couple hours or every day or so, and then that allows your sprouts to dry. And so what I try to do is just kind of, once these kind of get most of the water out of them, I'll just kind of shake them like that to even out the seeds, and they'll grow evenly. So the new sprouts go on the bottom. I mean, I guess you could put them on the top if you want to. I don't know why you would. I'll put that one there, this one there, and that there. And the process continues. Really simple. So I was telling a friend the other day that I got into a fight on Facebook. What's new? And it was about eating your vegetables. And so someone had asked a question, you know, how can I get my children to eat more greens, eat better foods? And is it a fight with your kids? You know, what's your experience? How can I get my kids to eat better? And basically what I said is that, you know, same thing my parents did to me, is that if I didn't eat my food that night, I stayed there until I did. And my parents didn't care if it was 1 in the morning. I wasn't leaving that table until my food was eaten. Or if I refused and they were just sick of me and wanted to put me to bed, I would get up the next morning and that would be my food for the day. Until I ate that food, I would get no other food. And I encourage parents to stick with this process because we've done that with all of my two children, my 2 boys. Joshua, we did that with. And today he loves salads. He loves greens. You know, he'll eat these and he'll eat his vegetables and he'll basically eat whatever we put in front of him. He may even hold up his nose to it at some point, depending on what it is, but he loves salads and, you know, he'll at least eat it. You didn't get that way overnight. It takes work. It takes them developing a palate. A palate has to be developed. And so if you don't have that with your children, please try to do so. You want them to grow up eating healthy. I saw once a child, I talked to his parents and the child was greatly obese and the parents were like, well, all he'll eat is macaroni and cheese. He won't eat anything else. And I'm like, you know what? He will eat something else if you don't feed him for a while. Because he will get hungry enough, and I know. Anyway, so the fight that ensued was, that's child abuse, you can't do that. And I'm sorry, but I just disagree. Let me know if you disagree. Leave a comment below. We can get into it, you know, in a friendly debate, of course. But that's how we raise our kids. You know, you're going to eat what's in front of you, and I'm going to develop your palate because I want my children to understand that taste is important. And it's important for you to develop that taste so that you can enjoy all of the foods that creation has to offer. The Father gives us so many great foods to enjoy, and I want my kids to be able to enjoy them. Sprouts during the wintertime is one of those foods. So, okay, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you grow sprouts. Let me know how you make your kids eat your vegetables. We are definitely meat eaters on the homestead. In fact, tonight we're going to be having deer ribs with a side of sprouts. So we eat meat, but we definitely love our veggies. So, all right, leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on An American Homestead. Hey guys, I'm happy to introduce an American Homestead sponsor, Zervita ZEAL. Now, first off, I only accept sponsors from products that I use and believe in. My family uses ZEAL mainly because we want to ensure a healthy immune system. You see, it's made up of only whole food concentrates and includes no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. The included sweetener is all natural from fruit and the stevia leaf. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, and it's kosher. In 2018, my youngest son was involved in a bike accident that resulted in the surgical removal of his spleen, and that's an important part of his immune system. And because we live on a farm, you can guess that having a healthy immune system for our family is very important. Some of the included ingredients are beetroot, chicory root, turmeric, moringa, blueberries, cranberry, goji berry, milk thistle, ginseng, alfalfa, broccoli, and so much more. It's these natural ingredients that can easily be made into a powerful and tasty drink that my family can make and feel good about. So sign up and give it a try today. Every purchase you make goes to help the homestead so that we can continue to make great homesteading videos for you. Link is in the description below. Go ahead, give it a try. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.